goes with it. But what's critical also to understand is that there's interspersed into that structure, there's a network of how the flows of communication go, who interacts, who needs to interact. And as you're starting to think about movement, you really need to be thoughtful of this notion that, yes, there's going to be structure. In fact, there's always going to be multiple structures for any sufficiently complex business. But what it underlines that is always this idea that there's some inherent network that is part of that structure that is also critical to the success of the, and the optimization in terms of efficiencies of making that organization successful. So your organization will perform the best if you're not conscious of reinforcing and strengthening that network that exists. As we think about that applied back to now analytics, a lot of places that people are thinking about when it comes to just base movement metrics are thinking about things like, head count and its adjustment, or, FTEs, full-time equivalent counts. Thinking about how it's changed and developed. So how many came in, how many came out, turnover again, because that's a wonderful metric. Internal moves, external hires, the coarse-grained movement of people. What we're really trying to get is more of an understanding of the impact of that movement and trying to find what are the correlations and what are the patterns that are inherent there that might strengthen or improve that network. And so as we transition to think about it more analytically, what could that mean? Well, the first one here is movement in and out of organizational units. That might actually be just a bit of bad language on my part. What we really want to be thinking about is movement in and out of, yes, the organizational units, thinking the structure. But we also want to think about movement in and out as we think about the network. So how are talent moving in the organization? How are people who have critical and rare skills? How are they moving and being distributed